Who is Charles Fillmore? Have you ever wondered if the key to overcoming chronic illness, financial struggles, or emotional turmoil lies not in medicine or money alone, but in awakening the divine potential within your own mind and body? A power so profound it can heal you completely and attract endless prosperity. Picture this: a man on the brink of death from tuberculosis and other ailments rises to build a global spiritual movement that has helped millions manifest health, harmony, and abundance through simple, Bible based mental
Manifest all
practices.
your dreams and live the life you deserve.
What if you could tap into that same transformative force today, turning your life around with techniques that blend faith, thought, and action? Hang in there, because that's exactly what we're uncovering. Who is Charles Fillmore? The co-founder of Unity School of Christianity and a pioneering mystic whose teachings on the metaphysics of mind and spirit continue to empower seekers worldwide. And by the end of this video, I'll walk you through his method step by step, revealing how to apply it to achieve whatever you want in your life. Charles Fillmore was an influential American mystic, author, lecturer, and co-founder of Unity School of Christianity, a positive thinking spiritual movement that emphasizes the practical application of metaphysical principles for personal empowerment and divine living. Born on August 22, 1854, in the frontier town of St. Cloud, Minnesota, Charles grew up in a modest family as the youngest of 7 children. His early life was fraught with hardships, including the loss of his mother at age 7 and frequent moves across the Midwest due to his father's business ventures. Plagued by severe health issues from childhood, tuberculosis, partial paralysis, and digestive problems that left him bedridden and near death by his late teens, Charles worked odd jobs like delivering newspapers and clerking in stores to support himself, but his physical frailty limited his prospects. In 1880, at age 26, his life changed forever when he met Myrtle Page, a schoolteacher and fellow seeker of spiritual truth, through a mutual friend in Kansas City, Missouri. They married that same year, and together they discovered new thought principles that would heal them both. By 1889, inspired by Myrtle's miraculous recovery from tuberculosis through affirmative prayer, the couple founded what would become Unity, starting with a small magazine called Modern Thought and classes in their home. Charles served as the philosophical backbone, authoring over 45 books such as Christian Healing in 1909, Talks on Truth in 1924, and The 12 Powers of Man in 1930, while lecturing extensively and establishing Unity Village near Kansas City as a thriving spiritual center. Despite living to the remarkable age of 94, passing away on July 5, 1948, Charles left an enduring legacy, with Unity now boasting thousands of churches and study groups globally, influencing modern self-help icons and the law of attraction movement. His ideas didn't develop overnight, but were cultivated through a combination of personal desperation, rigorous self-study, and key influences from the 19th century New Thought and metaphysical revival in America. In his youth, Charles was drawn to transcendentalism and the works of Ralph Waldo Emerson, which sparked his interest in the power of individual consciousness. But it was his health crises that propelled him into deeper exploration. Around 1886, he encountered the teachings of Phineas Quimby, the pioneer of mental healing, who viewed disease as a result of erroneous thinking, through Quimby's writings and followers. This resonated deeply when Myrtle applied similar ideas to heal herself, convincing Charles to experiment on his own conditions. He also studied under Curtis Hopkins, a prominent New Thought teacher known as the Teacher of Teachers, attending her classes in Chicago in the late 1880s, where he learned about divine science and the Bible's metaphysical interpretations. Influences from Christian Science founder Mary Baker Eddy, Theosophy, and Eastern philosophies like Hinduism filtered in as he pored over ancient texts. But Charles uniquely reinterpreted the Bible not as literal history, but as a psychological blueprint for human potential. Through trial and error in the 1880s and 1900s, treating his own ailments and those of others via prayer and mental discipline, he and Myrtle formalized Unity's principles, emphasizing prosperity, healing, and spiritual evolution. The economic booms and busts of the early 20th century, coupled with post-Civil War optimism, fueled the movement's growth, as Charles's lectures and writings provided practical tools for everyday challenges. By the 1920s, his ideas had matured into a comprehensive system, tested through Unity's expansion and the couple's own long, healthy lives, proving that metaphysical Christianity could deliver real-world results. At the core of Charles Fillmore's philosophy lies the inspiring belief that every person is a divine being, an expression of God-mind, and that through conscious thought, affirmative prayer, and the activation of innate spiritual faculties, you can align with universal principles to manifest health, wealth, harmony, and spiritual fulfillment in your life. He taught that the material world is a reflection of mental and spiritual causes, drawing from the Bible's hidden metaphysics, such as Jesus' parables as lessons in mind power, and asserting that negative thoughts create discord, while positive, faith-filled ones invoke divine supply. Central to his ideas are the 12 powers, 12 divine attributes like faith, strength, imagination, and will, which reside in the body and can be awakened to overcome limitations. For instance, he mapped these powers to the 12 cranial nerves or body centers, blending science with spirituality. To achieve what you want, whether physical healing, financial abundance, loving relationships, or inner peace, Charles advocated using denials and affirmations in prayer to first reject error, illusions of lack or disease, and then affirm truth, God's perfect ideas, effectively reprogramming the subconscious and superconscious mind. He viewed prosperity not as greed, but divine inheritance, often citing verses like, "My God shall supply all your need," to show how aligning with God's abundance law attracts it naturally. Charles's approach was inclusive and practical, promising that anyone could demonstrate these truths through persistent mental work without dogma or intermediaries, as evidenced by countless Unity testimonies of transformed lives from healed bodies to prosperous ventures. His teachings revolutionized Christianity by making it a tool for empowerment, prefiguring positive psychology and manifestation practices, and reminding us that we are not victims of circumstance, but co-creators with the divine, capable of claiming our birthright through the power of renewed mind. Now that we've delved into who Charles Fillmore was, a resilient mystic who rose from chronic illness to co-found Unity and author enduring metaphysical works, how his ideas originated from New Thought pioneers like Phineas Quimby and Emma Curtis Hopkins, personal healings in the 1880s and Bible reinterpretations during Unity's formative years, and what his core philosophy is about awakening divine powers through denials and affirmations to manifest your desires, it's time to make it actionable. In the rest of this video, I'll explain his method in detail and show you exactly how to apply it step by step to achieve whatever you want in your life. This is Unity's foundational practice of affirmative prayer, often called scientific prayer or denial and affirmation, a simple yet potent process that Charles outlined in books like Christian Healing to align your mind with divine truth. Let's break it down. First, establish the foundational principle. You are a spiritual being with inherent divine powers, and God is the source of all good, ever present, and omnipotent. Charles taught that prayer isn't petitioning an external deity, but realizing and claiming what's already yours in spirit. Begin every session by centering yourself in quiet meditation for 2 to 3 minutes, breathing deeply and affirming, "I am one with God, the infinite source of health, prosperity, and harmony." This quiets the conscious mind and opens the door to higher faculties, shifting from fear to faith. Make this a daily habit to build spiritual awareness, remembering that consistent alignment is the key to manifestation. Step 1. Relaxation and recognition. Quiet the mind and recognize divine presence. Start in a comfortable, undisturbed space, relax your body completely, and acknowledge God's all-pervading reality. Charles emphasized entering a receptive state. God is here, now, in me, as me, the perfect expression of life and love. To apply this, Close your eyes, scan your body for tension, and release it. Then spend 1 to 2 minutes feeling this truth. Visualize a warm light of divine energy filling you. This step dissolves separation and opens your mind to reject illusions, much like Charles did to begin healing his own body. Step 2, denial. Mentally reject the error or limitation. The denial phase is crucial. It clears away false beliefs, appearances, or negative conditions that block good. Charles taught to deny the reality of lack, disease, or discord as temporary illusions, not ultimate truth. For example, if facing financial scarcity, affirm, "I deny the power of lack. There is no absence in God's infinite supply." To apply this, state your denial clearly and forcefully, aloud or silently, 3 to 5 times. "I deny this problem's hold over me. It has no truth or power in the divine realm." Feel the